In today's knitting podcast, there is nothing vanilla. We have tons of texture, we have lace, we have color work, so many wonderful things to share, so let's get to it. Hello, my knitting friends. Welcome back. My name is Christie of Christie Archer Designs, and this is my knitting podcast. And today I have so many fun things to share with you, so we are going to jump straight into it. These are all the things that I worked on in the month of October 2025, and I'm going to start with my first finished object for October, and that is the Hearthstone socks. These are... love them. These are ooey gooey texture that is just going to keep your toes super warm. It has this great almost like thermal type texture, and I made mine on the longer side so I could scrunch them down. But you start with a 2x2 cuff, and then you move straight into this yummy texture that is so much fun to knit. And then you will go into the amazing fitting Boomerang Heel. If you have not tried it, I highly recommend. And then from there you knit the foot, and you will finish off with a standard wedge toe. And this is something that could be made up in a weekend, a great weekend project. If you have nothing going on, these would be great to put on your needles and grab something cozy. I wish I could grab something cozy. It is still so hot. I'm burning up. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting in a slightly different spot today just because I'm so hot. I normally sit on the sofa. I'm actually sitting on my coffee table, so it's a little bit cooler here. But yeah, these are just amazing socks. And of course, the link to my Ravelry shop is down below, along with direct links to each of the projects that I talk about. So these I do all my socks magic loop. That said, I did just order a pair of 9-inch circulars I want to try to get better at color work with 9-inch circulars. I think I would have better tension, and I'll talk about that in a bit. But these were knit on 2.25 US 1 and magic loop, and the yarn that I used is Drops Nord. It is a yarn I highly recommend for socks. It's a merino alpaca nylon blend. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I don't think I have a yarn band with me. No, I do not. But yeah, this yarn is so amazing. You do get a little less yardage because it's a little plumper, and I love that plump texture. So that is the Hearthstone socks, and let me show those to you one more time. And I will also be popping up pictures, and again, you can shop the link in the description box. Hold please. Sorry about that. One of my dogs wanted off the bed and they cannot get down by themselves. So, all right, next up, this pair of socks has a backstory. Back in the summertime, I released a collection based off of the Fourth Wing book trilogy, whatever it's going to be. Anyway, the book collection, Fourth Wing. And so I had designed these socks. I had them tested and everything, but I was so slow to finish my pair. My pair's finally done, so the pattern is now out, and you can buy it, and it is amazing. This is the Violet socks. Violet is the main character of the series, and she wears her hair in a braid. So this is to mimic her braid. This lace was so much fun to design and so much fun to knit. I am obsessed with this lace. I definitely want to make me some more of these, so there will be more of these in my future. And there's the other one. And this is done, once again, US 1 2.25, 1x1 rib that beautifully goes down into your lace design. Love the way that worked out. And then, as most all of my sock patterns, it goes down into a boomerang heel and then finishes off with a wedge toe. And the yarn that I used for these is Cascade Heritage, and this colorway, I didn't say on the other, this is Drops Nord, sorry, in the colorway Sage. And this is Heritage Lilac, Heirloom Lilac. And purple is not my color, but these turned out really good, and I think they're going to look great with jeans and a t-shirt or whatever, like some really dark navy jeans. I think these are going to look great. So these are the violet socks, and again, look at that gorgeous lace design. Now on these, most of my socks are available in 56, 64, 72, the pretty standard sizes. Some of them are ever so slightly different. These, I was only able to do 1 stitch count because the lace pattern is so large. And it's been a while since I've done these. I cannot remember what the stitch count is. However, that said, all you have to do is adjust your needle to get a different gauge to give yourself a custom fit. So if you normally knit a 64, which I'm kind of thinking that's what these are, you know, you would be fine. But let's say you normally wear a 60 stitch count, then you could go down a needle size. And my patterns are written for 2.5 millimeter. I knit mine in 2.25 because I have really tiny feet and super skinny ankles. So I do a 64 stitch count at a tighter gauge. I think my gauge is like 36 instead of like 32, 30. And so you could do the same thing. Customize your gauge on any sock pattern to get a custom fit. So that is the violet socks, and I love them. Okay. Next up. Oh, these are so much fun. Okay, these are called Morning at Maple Hollow. And they have a fun folded cuff with a peacoat edge. And this just, I love this lace. I'm a big lace lover. As most of you guys will probably know from most of my patterns, most of them are lace. But, oh, look at this. It's just so good. So these are Morning at Maple Hollow. These are cuff down, same spill on all of them. I use 2.25, but I do recommend a 2.5. So you cast on, you don't have to do a provisional cast on for this. So you just cast on and knit half the cuff length. Then you do your peacoat stitches, and then you do the other half. Then you fold it in half with your wrong sides together, picking up your cast on stitch and knitting it with the corresponding stitch on your working needle. It's very easy. It sounds a lot harder than it is, or than it sounds a lot harder than it actually is, but it is so worth it to get this super, super thick and squishy cuff, and I love the way these turned out. Oh, so, so good. This is done out of Cascade Heritage. I think the colorway was something like Spiced Pumpkin. Cannot remember on these. Ooh, I have one more. I don't remember the yarn color name. But if you want to know the exact color name, if I remember, I'll put it up here. If not, just comment below and I can let you know. But yeah, that is, look at these. Oh, they're just so squishy. Yes, I love them. Okay, so Morning at Maple Hollow. And again, these come in the standard 56, 64, 72 stitch count. All right, next up I was very busy this month. So next up I finished the Brier Cottage socks. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting my names confused. These are the Brier Cottage. I actually knit another pair that I've shown, and they were done out of the Drops Nord in a pink color. That's the color, those are the socks that I used for the pattern, so I'll show that here. And then I made up another pair because these socks, once again, they are super, super squishy. Great if you live in a cold climate. Something on there. And so starts with your 1x1, goes into this amazing texture. Sorry about that. My husband just got home from the gym. Okay, let me see if I can remember. Okay, so cuff down into this texture that is easy to memorize and so much fun to knit, and go into your boomerang heel and your wedge toe. And yeah, this is done on US 1 2.25 with Cascade Heritage. I do not remember the color name of this one. Again, if you want to know, just comment below and I will look that up for you. So there is that pair. And then I have one last finished pair. And these are color work. So we've got lace, we've got texture, now we have color work. And this is called the Blackthorn sock. And I didn't even think to mention, obviously, or maybe it's not obvious, so I will say these are all my designs. So if you're new here, I am a sock designer, well, knitwear designer. I do other things too, but this is the Blackthorn sock and starts with a 1x1. You have a little bit of space and then you go into this color work, and the color work can be shortened or lengthened. I have the chart sectioned out so that you can shorten or lengthen it to your desired preference. I obviously have stuff everywhere. These are done out of Drops Nord in black and marzipan, I believe. No, that one's not marzipan. Can't remember. But I do love this yarn. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but look at that. The stitch definition of this yarn is so good. It's so soft. It's plumper than standard sock yarn. I'm obsessed with this sock yarn. I really, really am. So here are the Hawthorn socks. And that is it for all of my completed sock pairs. Now I have a few that are hose, and trying to decide which one to show first. I'll show this one because it's another Blackthorn that I've cast on, and I've paused on it because I meant to do the entire chart just like the other one, and I did it without I made these shorter by accident, and I can't decide. I think I may just leave them like that though, to show that you can go shorter, and then I'll probably do a longer pair too because, sorry about all of the interruptions today. I actually filmed this yesterday and had technical issues, and now today I have a bunch of interruptions. I'm so sorry. Really don't want to film this a third time, so let's just forge on ahead. So anyway, the Blackthorn socks, and this is the, if you want to shorten it, version. And this is done out of Drops Fable. This is my first time using this yarn, and I'm very pleased with it. It's great for color work. The Drops Nord is great for color work as well, but it is a little bit chunkier, and I feel like the design is a little bulkier, whereas this one's a little more refined. And honestly, I probably could have gone down a needle size on this color work. I did go up a needle size, and I knit them inside out. If you guys don't know how to do that, let me show you real quick. So when you are knitting, hold on, everything's all tangled now. Say I'm knitting the cuff right here, and then I'm ready to do the color work section. All you have to do is flip your sock inside out, and then you're knitting, in essence, backwards, because instead of knitting on the front needle, I would now be knitting on the back needle. And so you just line it up. And what this does is it helps keep your floats a little more even going around the corners, so you don't get those really tight stitches on the sides. And it helps you keep all your other floats a lot looser too. So, but yeah, I probably could have gone down a needle size. I did go up to, I think 2.75 is what I did for the color work. That's normally what I do on my sock color work. But I think I'm going to start going down a little to 2.5. Sorry, I'm messing with the sock, getting all the strands back in place. I don't know. I think it looks good. I think it could look better with a 2.5. So yeah, we will see. But I love these colors together. So let me show you that real quick. Let's see. I do not have my glasses on. I do not know. I think this is the right side up and has the color number. And this is Drops Fable. And this Drops Fable has a different label for some reason. But it's the same yarn. And then the color information there. And this is definitely a woolier kind of wool. It's not a merino. So I personally like woolier wools, especially for socks. I love merino as well, but I have no issues with woolly wool. So, and this isn't like, maybe for some people it wouldn't be good for garments, but I think for feet it's fantastic. So, yep, there you go. Those colors together are so good. Okay, so Blackthorn, pair number 2. My next hoe is where my sock knitting all began, and I love it. It is that pattern that I always go back to. This pattern is fantastic for gift knitting. It is fantastic if you do not enjoy knitting heels. It is fantastic if you have always have trouble with your socks fitting correctly. This solves everything. This design, I set out to design a sock that could fit any foot, no matter the issue. And I have it in different sizes, all the way from toddler all the way up to extra, extra L, I think, or extra, extra large. So this is great for beginners. It's just a great sock design. So I came up with stitches that worked together to naturally shape the foot. And excuse all my stitch markers. These are called Simply Irresistible socks, and I have an entire collection out of them. This is the very first pair. This is the fingering version. Actually, my first pair may have been the worsted. I can't remember, but they came out at about the same time. So I have this exact design in fingering, DK, and worsted, and then I have the same concept with different stitch patterns going down the front of the foot. I will pop pictures up of this sock or this type sock up here, and then if you're interested, check the link below and you can see the entire Simply Irresistible sock collection. There's plenty of them to choose from, and they are so much fun to knit. I mean, so much fun, and they are so comfortable to wear. I wear a lot of like loafers, and I have Doc Martin Mary Janes and mules and things like that, and these are so precious with all of them. And they're great with tennis shoes too. I've worn them with tennis shoes. So that is my Simply Irresistible sock fingering version, and this is done out of Knit Picks Stroll, and the colorway is let me see. Horticha? I don't have my glasses on, so I can't remember exactly. But this is a standard sock yarn, merino, nylon, 75-25. It's just your all-American sock yarn. I do love it. They used to have a fantastic selection of colors. Their color selections seem to be dwindling in a lot of their lines. I don't know if they're changing things up and kind of preparing for it, but I have noticed that a lot of the colors have disappeared. So anyway, this is a new color and I do love it. It's just like a creamy, almost has the ever so slightest peach undertone to it. It's not yellow. It is more of a pale peach. It's a really cool color. So that is the Simply Irresistible sock. Again, I use a 2.25. I do recommend a US 1 2.25 on these. The stretch is great. It just hugs your foot. So the links to these will be down below as well. And last, I saved the best for last. As far as socks, I do have something else to show that's in the works, but okay. Like I said, I like to wear loafers, and I mean, I have all kinds of shoes, but I'm really into the loafers and the mules and all of that right now. And so I thought something with a little bit of lace. I recently did some socks, my Sweet Briar socks. I'll pop those up, that had a little bobble trim on them, and I fell in love, so in love, and I wanted to do something that kind of had that feel again. So this is what I came up with, and oh my gosh, are you ready? Okay, so this is a peacoat cast on into your twisted rib, into the most precious little dotted fabric, wait for it, and then finished off with the cutest little trim right at the toe. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. They make me smile to look at them. They make me smile to put them on. Now this pair is for my daughter, and this is done out of Cascade Heritage. And this is the white, and this is their sage green, which is really dark but gorgeous. I told my daughter, I was like, I may have to order another skein and make myself a pair of these because I love this color. And so I have one of these done. I see a lot of these in my future. Oh, and the name for these is Cloudberry Tea socks, and that name actually came from the first sock, which is out of this delicious yarn. This is Blackbird Sycamore yarn, and the yarn dyer's name is Stephanie, and this is her Noom color. And this was a one of a kind color, but I think the color number was like 47. She may be able to replicate it, I'm not sure, but look at how cute these are. So these are for me, And this is a 75-25. And let me tell you, this yarn it will last forever. It is very, very densely spun. So I do not see these as pilling ever. I do not see these as wearing a hole unless you go running around in gravel outside. This is a sturdy yarn. So if you really like for your socks to last, definitely check out Blackbird Sycamore and give her yarns a try, her sock yarn a try. Look at how cute. So cute. Are you kidding me? Oh, just adorable. Okay, standard, start with a cuff, go down, boomerang, standard wedge toe. So that is it for socks. The last whip I am going to share today is my Adelaide cardigan. And I don't think I shared this last time. I have done a little bit of work on it, but I have been mainly focused on socks here recently. So that's where most of my attention and energies have gone. So this is my Adelaide cardigan, and it is, sorry, I thought somebody was home. It is a fingering mohair cardigan, and I believe the stitch count is 21 or 23, I can't remember. Yep, I have some people coming in. Hold on just a moment. Okay, sorry about that. It is Saturday and people are in and out of the house today. Like I said, tried to do this yesterday. This is my Adelaide cardigan. It is a top-down raglan crew neck cardigan. You start with the neckband and move into the neck shaping, and this raises the back of the neckline up a little bit higher and gives you that dip in the front just ever so slightly. And then you move into the raglan shaping, which is what I am currently on. And this yarn, let me tell you about this yarn. This is Knit Picks, two of my absolute favorite Knit Picks yarns ever. Using them together is a dream. So, I don't have the bands. This is Caprita, which I believe is an MCN. I'm pretty sure it's an MCN. So merino cashmere nylon, and then Aloft, which is their mohair. And together, it is literally the softest thing. It's like snuggling with a bunny. I kid you not. If you have never used Knit Picks Aloft yarn, highly, highly, highly recommend their mohair. It is probably one of the best mohairs I've ever used. Not that I'm like an extreme, I haven't used like every mohair out there, but I've used enough, and theirs is the softest by far. So anyway, that is this, and this I am going to, oh, and I forgot to mention release dates on some of these. Let me go back and do that. The Adelaide cardigan will be coming out the month of November. I'm not exactly sure what day yet, but it will be coming out soon. The Blackthorn are the only socks that are not released yet out of my finished ones. These are coming out November 4th. And if you sign up for my newsletter, you actually get early access to them. So sign up for my newsletter. I'll leave that link in the description, wherever it may be for you. And that way you are the first to know. And a lot of the times I will do sales just through my newsletter and nobody else. So if you like to save a little bit, that's another good reason to sign up. And then the Cloudberry Tea socks, they will be coming out the 11th of November. So watch out for those as well. And then the last thing I have to share with you, I'm very excited. If you are not new here, you know I love to organize I organize everything, but you know I love my knitting organization, and I wanted to share with you guys some things that I have recently come up with that have worked out really, really well. A while back, I shared that I got a binder and binder pages to store like my circular knitting needles, and it worked out really well. So I decided to upgrade my binder because at the time I was just using a vinyl one. And so I upgraded my binder. Love, 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 love what I found. And I have also changed the pocket pages that I was using, and I'll explain that in just a moment. But this is my Harris Tweed binder, and this is by Taylor Map. So if you are familiar with Harris Tweed, it is a hand woven fabric off an island off of Scotland. The people that weave, they work from their homes. It is very protected. They use the Scottish wool specifically. There's so much that goes into it. You can do the research. And Taylor Map is known to use their wool fabric in products. So this is by Taylor Map, and this is a 6-ring binder, A5 size, and which is the size that I had used previously. Previously, I had the zipper pouches, and I tell you why I didn't like those as well as this top flap, because as I was putting, and you can see right here how this one needle's trying to poke out, when I was trying to put them in, I had to kind of like hold the needles in and zip at the same time because they wanted to pop out. Well, with the top flap, you don't have that issue. You can slide them in and the needles just kind of slide into place. So I am also going to go back and get leather stamps for leather material. I think that will work. I'll keep you posted, but I think I'm going to get stamps for leather and try to stamp these flaps with the size of the needles that are in the pouch, pouch. But right now I just have the old stickers that I had on my other pouches stuck down in there to tell me what my needle sizes are. So that is my A5 binder. Now, I have been struggling with finding a storage solution organizer for my interchangeable needles. I wanted something pretty and easy to use, extremely organized. Well, I discovered that they make these binders in an itty bitty size. It's called A7, and they actually have smaller ones, but this is the size that I use. Now understand, I use 4-inch needles. They also have obviously an A6 that's in between, but I think even if you have 5-inch needles, there looks to be still plenty of space, plus they could be slightly at an angle. So this is my binder. I'm going to be doing the same thing. Now this, I'm using the side flaps, and then the cords, I'm using the top flaps because once again, coming out of the side. So I have my needles, and I will go back and label the flaps with their sizes, and I'm just kind of flipping through. And then obviously I have my cords back here, and they're all labeled. Now this is my Chow Goose small set. I have another binder coming, and it's another Harris Tweed, and I think I may go back and buy a Harris Tweed for this as well. I had not discovered this before buying this. So anyway, I have another binder coming that I'm going to put my large set in. And you talk about just, this brings me so much joy. So this is for my interchangeables. And I actually have tons of needles, but the Chow Goose are the ones that I go to over and over and over and over again. But I still insist on buying more needles. So I may go back and organize my other needle sets the same way. or I may just donate them since I never use them, let somebody get some use out of them. So if you know of anybody that needs knitting needles, I have wooden ones, I have aluminum ones. Trying to think, a couple of different aluminum sets. Yeah, I've got some things that would be great for new knitters or even experienced knitters. There's nothing wrong with them. I just always go to the Chalgoom. So when I discovered the Harris Tweed binder, I also, while looking, found this cute little bucket bag that will be great for projects or for a pocketbook. It does come with a PU leather strap, and I didn't really care for the strap, so I put one of my pocketbook straps on, and I think that looks really cute with the gold. Look at that little snap. Isn't that precious? And it just opens like that. I've never seen anything like it. Now the material inside is really nice, and it has a pocket. This is a good heavyweight, like twill. I don't know if you can see it well enough. It's a heavyweight twill inside. This is a good sturdy bag. So yeah, I just had to get that. And of course it's blue and green, so my two favorite colors. I think that's it for today. Yay! I thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed your visit. I hope I was able to inspire or share something new with you that you didn't know of before. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. If you have enjoyed this video, please take a quick second to like, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I would love to have you as a regular viewing my videos and hanging out with me and chatting with me. Tell me what you are currently working on. I love hearing what everybody is currently working on, what your weather is like where you are and what kind of weather you're knitting for or whatever. So I think that is it for today, and I will see you next time. Bye.